Yo, what's up, guys? We're back with another video today, and guys, in the past couple of years, we've had a lot of big champions lose their title reign and getting beaten up, and they're trying to claw their way back to gain the title shot, but they've been unsuccessful. And I have 6 of these guys here who I think are never going to get the belt back. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Alright, starting off, we have Yuri Prohaska. Yuri Prohaska, right? Alright, he's in a really tough spot. He's probably in, out of all these guys, he's probably in, the toughest spot, I'd say, because he can beat anyone else in the light heavyweight division, right? He can beat Jamal Hill, he can beat any of these guys, in my opinion. But he just can't beat the champion, Alex Pereira. He's lost him twice now by TKO. It's just the fact that Alex Pereira's KO power is just too much for Yuri's chin. Yuri has a good chin. He can take some good shots, but Alex Pereira is just too much for him, in my opinion. Here's a little bit of a hot take, in my opinion. If Alex Pereira didn't have the KO threat that he does, Yuri could low-key beat Alex Pereira because his style is just so goofy, and he had decent success in their first fight, but I think Alex Pereira was able to figure him out in the second fight, but still, the point still stands, in my opinion. And I will say, though, if Magomed does beat Alex Pereira, which I hope it doesn't, you guys, I've said this before, I hate Magomed Ankalaev with a passion. I hope he never gets the belt, in my opinion. But if he does, I think Yuri's chances on becoming a champion again goes up, a lot, because styles make fights, in my opinion, and I think that, I don't know if Yuri could be Magomed, but I think that it's a 50-50, in my opinion, actually, because Yuri's style is, again, just so difficult, and he actually has jiu-jitsu experience. He submitted Glover Teixeira. That's something incredibly impressive, in my opinion. Alright, now, another person in the light heavyweight division is Jamal Hill. I feel like a lot of people are going to expect this one as well. Jamal Hill is pretty much in the exact same position as Yuri Prohaska is, right? But the difference with him and Yuri is the fact that, for one, he's not as good as Yuri. We just saw that fight happen, and he got KO'd in the 3rd round. And also, he can beat most of the contenders in the light heavyweight division, but he can't beat the top guys. I think he would lose to Magomed. I think he is going to get knocked out by Khalil, and he just lost to Yuri. I think he could lose to Rakic as well. I actually think that. I think Rakic is a bad matchup for Jamal Hill, in my opinion. And the days of him becoming a champion are long gone. When he got knocked out by Yuri, it was over for him. Even when he got knocked out by Alex, it was over. The dreams of becoming a champion again died right there for him, which I'm a little glad for, because I don't like Jamal Hill. He's so salty. The excuses he made for how he lost to Alex Pereira were incredibly funny. Do not get me wrong. They were incredibly funny to watch. And also, we do need guys like that who are just so delusional that they actually draw in a lot of attention. But still, the best part about it was seeing him lose. Watching a guy like that with all that hate and all that the shit talking he does, and then seeing him get knocked out is incredibly satisfying. Alright, next person we have is Kamaru Usman. Now, guys, this one hurts a lot because, I like Kamaru Usman. I thought that he could have won the belt back. There was a time back in 2024, at the start of 2024, especially after Leon lost to Bilal, I was like, okay, now Usman's chances are a lot better now, because now Bilal Muhammad is a much more winnable fight, in my opinion. I still would have gone with Bilal just because I think Usman's time's over now. But now we're in 2025. He hasn't fought at all in 2024, and I don't know when he's fighting. I thought he was going to fight during the Kansas City event, but that's going to be Jamal versus Khalil now. So I don't know what's going on with Kamaru Usman. It's a bet. I think that he's going to return, maybe in, the end of 2025. I actually low-key think that. I could be very I wouldn't be surprised if he fights during the summer, but I doubt that he's going to return during the summer. I'd be very surprised, though. But I doubt he's going to fight from, February to, May. I doubt that he's going to do that. I'd be very surprised if he decides to return during that time. I think his most likely return is going to be either the summer or the end of 2025. Regardless, he needs to fight this year if he wants to try and get back the belt. He needs to. You can't just fight for a year straight and then just be expected to fight for the title shot or whatnot. The dude is age is catching up to him. He's almost 39 years old. Almost 39 years old. Let that sink in for a little bit. Right now, he's the same age as Alex Pereira is. Let that sink in for a little bit. That's crazy in my opinion. And honestly, like, regardless, as time keeps moving forward, age is going to keep on going, and his knees are going to keep on getting worse, and I just don't see him fighting or ever, like, getting the belt back, in my opinion, honestly. Alright, next up, we have Peter Yan. Now, here's the thing. Out of all these guys on this list, Yan probably has the best chance at getting the belt back, but it's still slim. If, let's say, O'Malley beats Merab, which I think that fight's gonna happen, Peter Yan's chances goes up extraordinary. Because for one, Peter Yan arguably won that fight against Sean O'Malley. I thought he won against Sean O'Malley. Do I think that Peter Yan could do better against Merab? I do think that. I think he can do better, but I don't see him being Merab at all. The beatdown that Merab put on Yan, that fight was actually ridiculous. It was the most, like, it really, like, showed that, like, regardless, if they want a rematch, this could be 5 years later, and I still wouldn't be interested in that fight because I know for a fact Merab would beat Yan again. Alright, next person we have, Max Holloway. And guys, listen, this one really hurts. I said that with Kamaru Usman. This one really, really hurts. Because I'm a Max Holloway fan. I really like Max Holloway. I was a fan of him before the Justin Gaethje KO. I was a fan of him before that. And, like, I think he has, like, the least likely chance of becoming a champion again. Because, for one, his best chance was against, like, Topuria, in my opinion. And it's not the fact that Holloway is, like, downgraded as a fighter, like, his skill set. He's still, like, one of the best fighters in the division. But it's just the fact that, like, now that he's going up at lightweight, not only does he have to, like, fight, like, Poirier, Oliveira, and those guys, he then has to try and fight Islam Makhachev, possibly the worst stylistic matchup for Max Holloway. And on top of that, he now has to fight Ilia Topuria in order to get the belt. The guy who just KO'd him in his last fight. I think I think all those signs just, like, speak to me that he's never gonna get the belt back. Now, I just look forward to him getting some big, exciting fights. I can see the option of him fighting Charles Oliveira. As much as I wouldn't want to see that, I think that would be an extremely exciting fight right there. But that's the best I can go with for Max Holloway. I don't ever see him winning the belt back again. It hurts as a Max Holloway fan, but I just have to know that his days of becoming a champion are long gone. Alright, and the final person we have on this list is Leon Edwards. I wasn't going to put Leon Edwards on here at first because I thought that he could have won the belt back. Maybe if he beats Sean Brady and JDM becomes a champion, maybe he can beat JDM, but I don't think so. I don't think so, to be honest. Because I think he's going to lose to Sean Brady pretty badly. Sean Brady's just going to wrestle him throughout the whole fight. I think that even if he beats Sean Brady, he's not being Bilal Muhammad again. Here's the thing. I have a frustration with Leon Edwards. I haven't talked about that this much. But for one, Leon Edwards just doesn't have the dog in him. Pause. Major pause. I included it on here. But in all seriousness, though, he doesn't have, like, the guts and the grit. He doesn't have, like, the dog in him to push the pace, get in these, like, big, tough fights, do any, like, you know, just try to win the fight. He doesn't try to do that. He just tries to, like, tip-tap jab him or just anyone to a decision. He did that with Bilal Muhammad even though he was losing. And he was doing that with Kamaru Usman when he was losing the fight up until he did that head kick KO. It wasn't the fact that he was, like, pushing the pace. It was the fact that he just did a combo and he caught Kamaru Usman. And the same thing applied to their third fight. Leon Edwards didn't try to push the pace or anything like that. Usman was just very cautious in that fight, in my opinion. And Leon Edwards just did what he just does normally. And he also was cheating in that fight. This is just becoming like a rant now. But also, I also gotta talk about this. Leon Edwards is, like, so boring. People talk so much shit about Bilal Muhammad being a boring fighter, which is fair. Do not get me wrong. But do the same thing to Leon Edwards. Do the same thing. Leon Edwards is just as boring as Bilal Muhammad. The only reason people don't talk about it with Leon Edwards is, for one, that crazy knockout he had over Kamaru Usman. great knockout. I'm not going to discredit him on that. And the fact that he's also a striker, in my opinion. Maybe that one's just like a conspiracy theory, in my opinion. I could be very wrong on that one. But I think another reason why people don't like give crap to like Leon Edwards is the fact that he's primarily a striker. But even though he's a striker, he's so boring. The Colby Covington fight was extremely boring, in my opinion. One of the most boring fights I've seen from that year in 2023. It was so bad. And also, I remember when he fought Donald Cerrone for a main event, I believe, or a co-main or something like that. It was whatever. But the point was, Donald Cerrone was pointing to the ground to like stand and bang with him for like the last 10 seconds, and Leon Edwards wasn't really engaging. He was like doing it a little bit, but it's like he's allergic to getting to these dog fights and just like getting to some scraps. It's like he's actually allergic to it. And ironically, actually, the one time that he wasn't like scared or hesitant was actually when he fought Bilal in the first fight. That it's the one time he decides to go for the push the pace, it becomes a no contest. I mean, that's kind of funny in my opinion, but this video is kind of like derailed to like me ranting on Leon Edwards. But the point of this Leon Edwards is the fact that he just doesn't push the pace. If he pushed the pace, I wouldn't put him on this list, but I just know that he doesn't have that dog in him. He doesn't want to scrap. I know that Leon Edwards is not going to like push the pace on someone. He's not going to try to get in these scraps. He's going to try and like do a jabbing fight, and that's it. He's not going to try and do anything else in order to win fights and potentially win back the title. That's why I know that he's never going to become a champion again. But guys, that is me talking about UFC fighters who will never get the belt back. This was kind of a little bit of like a sad one to make, but you know, that's how it is, you know, with some of these guys. Let me know what you guys thought about this video. Do you think that these guys will ever get the belt back? Do you think that they won't? Leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Peace!